Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Chris, aka host of Sitting Down with the Raffians. You heard? You already know, man. We just wrapped up NFL Week 4. Already Week 4. Yesterday with Monday Night Football, y'all. You already know what I'm saying. A lot of stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys, coming back, tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Always appreciate the love, the support, all that shebang bang, all that shabazz, Muhammad.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Not that many people know who that is, but you'll know in the future. Not really. He's just an old NBA player. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We're just back with our another weekly NFL Week 4 episode. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna do, same thing we did in the first video, you know what I'm saying? Recap what happened in the week, I'm gonna pick out, my 5 things that stood out to me. 5 things, you know what I'm saying, that stood out to me the most, especially some of the key takeaways that I had, over this past week in the NFL. You already know what I'm saying. You already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't be scared to, throw a little comment at me, jab, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what I can improve on, y'all, because I'm just trying to make these videos higher quality, you know what I'm saying?
What in cousin fucking tarnation, Alabama Betty Crocker, Miss fucking Betty White shit is this?
So you already know, man. We about to get into it. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. You already know what I'm saying.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
Let's get into it. You dig? So like I said, we're going to talk about 5 things that stuck out to me in the NFL this week. Some of my, key takeaways. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. And let's get right into it. You heard? So first thing I'm going to be talking about, Detroit Lions, man. I think it's time we take them serious. You know what I'm saying? It's time to take them real deal Holyfield serious. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they had a huge win going to Lambeau Field and taking on the Green Bay Packers, especially Jordan Love coming off that Week 3 huge comeback win against, sorry, Dad, the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's time we have that conversation that this team behind Dallas, behind San Fran, behind Eagles, no in particular order. I'm just throwing those are like the top 3, teams in the NFC. But behind those teams, I think Detroit definitely could fit in that 4th spot, being the 4th best team in the NFC. I mean, just like breaking it down, I mean, they're 3-1. They beat KC on the road to open Week 1. Of course, I know Travis Kelce was out. Kadarius Toney couldn't even catch a ball. But at the same time, that's still a huge win to beat the defending Super Bowl champs Week 1 on the road. You know what I'm saying? To come in the season, set the tone. Dan Campbell got them boys right and ready to play. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, beating Green Bay last week on the road, you know what I'm saying? Pretty bad. I think they had about I think it was 24-0 at like half, or like 24-3. I don't know. But they was whooping them boys. They was Chef Boyardee feeding, you know what I'm saying? Feasting.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
You know what I'm saying? But you already know, man. And then, of course, the only loss they had was to Seattle. I know there was kind of some controversy on the last play, you know what I'm saying, of that game. But still, you know what I'm saying? Seattle, they're kind of up and down. They play, like, one week they'll play really good. The next week, they'll kind of play like, well, trash, you know what I'm saying? But I think, for them moving forward, I think it's time we definitely start taking this team, serious. They could definitely be, top 5 team in the NFC. They've, I think, clearly proven that. I know it's only been 4 weeks, but, we want to see that, continuous growth. But I've already seen, I think, enough of the growth, you know what I'm saying? Just like kicking us off. I mean, Amon-Ra is definitely creeping in to top 10 receiver status. I'm not saying top 5. I know it's a little too soon for all that. But the man has been balling, you know what I'm saying? Jared Goff, you know what I'm saying? People try to write him off after that trade. He was in Detroit. They struggled the first 2 seasons. But now, even last season and this season, he's been doing really, really good, getting the best out of Amon-Ra, getting the best out of the weapons that they've given him and been able to, surround him with. Of course, they got Jameson Williams, who will be coming back from suspension, I believe, this week. They shorted his 6-game suspension to 4 weeks now. So, I think he's going to be back in the. Geez, I don't know why I keep rubbing my nose, but I got something in my nose. The bats are in the cave. My bad. But he's going to be back in the lineup. That adds another weapon for them. But also, shout out to Josh Reynolds. He stepped up and he's been playing some real good football. You know what I'm saying? He's had a couple nice, TD catches, occasionally, not a lot. But, he's also, a good threat that you can pair, not compare.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Can pair with Amon Ra, you know what I'm saying? And also, I mean, we still haven't even seen Jahmyr Gibbs really get unlocked like that. Seems like every week Dan Campbell keeps teasing us like, yeah, Jahmyr's going to get, his touches. He's going to be like the primary running back. But man, David Montgomery, honestly, has been doing really, really good. He had a monster game, last Thursday, and he just continues to keep hooping. Goal line merchant, he gets your TDs, you know what I'm saying, when they get close to the goal line. But we've seen those, hints and bits of pieces of Jahmyr. And eventually, we hope to see him unlock, you know what I'm saying? Also, now going to the defensive side of the ball, Aiden Hutchinson, my goodness, his sophomore season has been kicking off nice. Like, he's been doing really, really good. I believe this is his sophomore year. Not correct me, y'all, in the comments. But, not to also mention they have Alan McNeil, Brian Branch. Of course, EJ Gardner-Johnson has been out, but they've also replaced him with Jerry Jacobs. So they've had, geez, y'all. Whew. Gotta slow down there.
Nigga. Chill.
Yeah, hold up. Yo,
I'm just playing.
They had a lot of different pieces, you know what I'm saying, on the defensive end, rip and replace that if one of these guys goes hurt, it seems like the next guy can definitely replicate the play of that key significant piece. And that is huge going down the line, moving forward as we get deeper and deeper into the season. I honestly picked the Bears to win this division. But
bruh, shut your bitch ass up.
Right now, man, I'm not going to lie, Detroit Lions are definitely going to sweep this division, man, especially with how Minnesota's looked. Green Bay is just going to be up and down all season, and the Bears are just having a disaster. I mean, it's horrendous over there. So definitely key take number one, start taking Detroit Lions serious, man. They're playing some good football. On to the next thing, the second key takeaway for me. This one's kind of tough, but CJ Stroud is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, my goodness, they put a beating on the Steelers, which I know I was wrong in my pick'ems. Y'all can flame me in the comments. I just thought Pittsburgh's defense was really going to contain CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, but that clearly did not face him and the boys. It seems like his, the new trend is aura. And this guy has everything that describes the aura of the Houston Texans and what they need right now. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing to Nico Collins, Tank Dells, people you have never heard of, and making these guys drop 30-point bombs on fantasy. Y'all, like, that is huge. I mean, even seeing some of the press conference after, that game, he was like, we sent them boys packing, the confidence is there, you know what I'm saying? He's dishing out, everybody kind of try to write them off, or write them off, you know what I'm saying? Including myself. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it before the season, but he has been playing exceptional football. They're 2-2. They got a big win over the Jags and the Steelers. They started off 0-2 in the season, but the back-to-back week and back-to-back dubs, my goodness, they've been against good competition and teams we considered, I want to say like Super Bowl contenders, but at least playoff teams, you know what I'm saying, or teams that, like the Steelers, have a good defense and have things that can, win games, pieces that can win games, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just like looking at his stats, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. Sometimes just ate dinner, you know what I'm saying? The burps be coming in and out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nasty.
But CJ Stroud, throughout the course of his first 4 career games in the NFL, 1,212 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, y'all. Y'all see that? 0 interceptions. Pause on that maneuver.
Oh, hell no.
But and he also has he's completing 62.6% of his passes. He has a QBR of 100.6. That is sensational, y'all. Shout out Future.
Sensational.
But he's been playing really good. And also another stat to mention is that this man throughout his first four career games, has had the second most passing yards in the NFL, like in NFL history, behind, you already know, my boy, Superman Cam. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Cam. Wish you could come back.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But yeah, no, they're playing some really good football. The guy has aura. You know, he's rallying up the troops. You know what I'm saying? And the defense has been playing really good too. Of course, I mean, Pittsburgh offense isn't the best. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're holding it down and, you know, winning them games, making those plays that are necessary for the offense and CJ Stroud to take over and capitalize on. So that is huge for them moving forward. And I just can't wait to see, you know, him moving forward. I know Anthony Richardson was kind of like the early pick. You know, we saw that, but we also seen that he likes to get hit a lot, or not likes to, but he gets hit a lot. He just came off the concussion protocol. He didn't look too bad, you know what I'm saying? But I think right now CJ Stroud has overtaken, you know, Anthony Richardson, you know, in that Offensive Rookie of the Year award, you know what I'm saying? And he's definitely going to be the favorite moving forward. You know, let's hope that he doesn't turnover prone or anything changes throughout the season. But I think the recipe they got with D'Amico Ryan, him, and, you know, the other pieces that they've been able to put around him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they may be no names, but these no names are getting the job done and they're open. Let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to CJ Stroud. Wish you were a Panther. Sorry, too soon. I don't want to diss my boy Bryce, but god damn. But anyway.
Who fucking who, nigga? Who asked? Not me. The fuck?
But, you know, shout out CJ Stroud, keep balling. But yes, I think he is going to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hot take. I don't know if it's not really hot because he is balling, but it's just facts. The third key takeaway for me was the Bills are back in a monster way. And also, the Dolphins defense is just trash, y'all. I mean, this game was, you know, my game of the week last week. And Josh Allen came out and they balled. Pause. They ball so hard. Pause again, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Get some help.
But they balled on these cats, man. I mean, looking at Josh Allen's numbers, 21 of 25, 320 yards, 4 tutties. Yeah, we call them tutties on this side.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
4 TDs, 4 tutties, 1 rushing touchdown, and 0 picks. Donut on the picks, which is shocking for Mr. Josh Allen, especially, you know, in any game. But also, I mean, going up to this game and leading up to this game, he was undefeated against the Dolphins. I know I picked the Dolphins to win this game because I just thought, you know, giving off, you know, the 70-point bomb, they could continue to capitalize that. Waddle was back, you know what I'm saying? So I thought they would be more explosive. Maybe he would get like, you know, or Tua would get Waddle going, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of picked them, and that was kind of like the reason why. But nah, man, the Bills are back, you know. The defense is still like not like the best, but they get stops. Obviously, Tre'Davious White tearing his Achilles is a huge blow. But at the same time, they're getting Von Miller back this week. So, of course, it's going to take him probably 1 to 3 weeks to kind of get in the groove and get back in his rhythm with this team. But, I mean, with a team like this, it's not really that much of a concern when you got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Shout out James Cook and Latavius Murray as well. You know what I'm saying? Them boys have been playing good, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, it's always good for, you know, Allen and Diggs to continue to reconnect, you know what I'm saying? Diggs had 6 receptions, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I know fantasy owners are raving over that, you know what I'm saying? They're over that, you know what I'm saying? They're giving you the Steph Curry over that, you know what I mean? For both Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. And even Gabe Davis, he had, I think, 60 yards for a touchdown and 4 receptions. That's also good to see for a wide receiver number 2, you know what I'm saying? So, and then total rushing-wise, they had 104 rushing yards and 29 carries, you know what I'm saying? And so that just goes to show that they could both do it on the passing and the run game. And then the mixture of that is just always going to create, you know, the madness. Gives you those play-action bombs that Josh Allen loves to throw, those play-action bombs that he loves to, you know, play hero ball, loves to scramble, loves to do to Diggs, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, if you don't...
So, you know, you love to see that if you're a Bills fan, especially, you know, kind of serving the Dolphins a little piece of humble pie. That was kind of corny, but we'll ride with it.
What did he say?
But and then, I mean, back to the Dolphins defense. Yeah, man, they have Christian Wilkins, they have Bradley Chubb, they have Xavier Howard. Of course, Jalen Ramsey was signed in the offseason. He's out until week 9, week 10. So we definitely won't see him till now. But I genuinely still don't think, even if Jalen Ramsey comes back, that he'll make an impact. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he won't, but at the same time, like last time we saw Jalen Ramsey, it wasn't really his best self. He's still a premier, corner, well respected corner in this league. But I don't think one person coming in is going to be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to change the whole game up. Now these guys ain't going to pass around me or pass towards me, because even then, still, Jalen Ramsey has to get acclimated and get his feet wet and get back into playing in the system and things like that. I know he knows the playbook for sure, but it's different when you're actually playing in the game. You still have to get to game speed and game shape. You know what I'm saying? So, but they have the names. You know what I'm saying? And they have the talent. On the defensive side, at least the front seven, that should be unarguably like on paper, that is like a top 10, D lineman in this league. But, at the start of the season, it doesn't even look like they're getting to, the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Broncos, of course. Of course you're going to shine against the Broncos. Everybody shines against the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? But, just to read off some stats here, they allow 123.5 rushing yards per game and about 251 passing yards per game. So, that's about they damn near let opponents get 400 yards combined per game. And so this is basically telling me that this team is really banking on them just outscoring their opponents each and every game. But when it comes down to it, this just showed that when they play the elite of the elite teams, they cannot just solely focus and rely on outscoring opponents, especially when you get down to playoff ball. It's a different ball game, like you can't just be like F it, Tyreek's down there. Like, of course, it's Tyreek Hill, unguardable, right? But at the same time, it's not going to be like that every game. It's not going to be 70-20 every game. I mentioned that in my last episode, y'all. If y'all haven't watched that, go tap in. I know it's kind of a new sports week, but go tap in right now. But yeah, man, Bills are, they're back in the Super Bowl favorites contention. You know what I'm saying? They're the juggernauts, as you'd say. And now we just have to see if Josh Allen and this Bills team can continue to do this. That's all we want, is the continuity. Just continue to do this so we can continue to believe and get a new face that's up in that Super Bowl mix, up in the Super Bowl picture, you know what I'm saying? Because every time we come to playoff time, it just seems like the Chiefs or the Bengals, which we'll tap into here in a minute, are the ones at the end of the day fighting for that Super Bowl spot to come out the AFC. But props to the Bills. They're back in contention. Miami's still up there. I'm not going to rule them out yet, but they got to clean up the defense big time. But this is a huge win for the Bills. And like I said, humble pie, nice.
That into the mouth, nice.
To the Bills, or to the Dolphins. Next up, we just talked about these cats about literally a minute or two ago. The Bengals are cooked.
You're cooking in a burnt pan, you fucking dick!
I'm sorry, guys, but Bengals fans out there, I love Jamar Chase. I love T. Higgins. I love Joe Burrow. That screams aura, baby. Love Joe Mixon. OU, baby. Sooners go up. We got a big game this week. But I almost took up the Texas sign.
Wrong team, bitch.
But Bengals are cooked, man. Hate to say it, I love seeing this team in the playoffs. I love watching them play, but it just seems like the games that I've watched this year when I've seen them play have been so boring, so bad. Like 27-3 to the Tennessee Titans. That is inexcusable. Shout out Mike Vrabel. He's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but you're the Cincinnati Bengals. Y'all went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I went to the AFC Championship last year. This is inexcusable. These are games that gimme games, bro. You gotta win these games, y'all. And they're already 0-2 in the division with a loss to the Browns week 1 and then a loss to the Ravens week 2, which is already bad division start as well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they scraped by and found a win. Pause on the gesture. Jesus, I said scrape. That's what I meant. It looked different because it was off camera.
You're done.
But they scraped a win, they scraped a win. Lost my train of thought there. They scraped a win against the Los Angeles Rams on Monday Night Football last week. You know what I'm saying? But this week, hoping that would be like, okay, if this team won, we're going to get it going now. That was not the case. Also, not to mention, T. Higgins, rib fracture. He's on my fantasy team. He only had 1 week. That was good. Week 2. T, I need you to start balling. But obviously, we don't know what his timeline is and when he's gonna come back. So we hope, soon, not just for my fantasy team's sake, but we hope soon just in general, so we could see this offense get cooking. And just to allude to some of the struggles, I mean, their O-line is still not the same, but the main one is just Joe Burrow is hurt, y'all. You could tell that calf is bothering him each and every week. It feels like it's getting worse. I feel like the more you play on an injury that you suffered during training camp or OTAs or anything like that up to this point in the season, it's like now, like, cut the cord.
Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are 1-4, I believe. Oh, 1-3, my bad. 1-3, and you guys have 2 division losses. At this point, I say, and Joe Burrow just got the bag, highest paid player in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? And this could lead to, every time it's a calf injury with athletes, you just get worrisome because, we saw with Katie, calf strain comes back, torn Achilles. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see something like that, I know that's only probably been one instant, but even with Aaron Rodgers, torn Achilles. Tre'Davious White, he got a torn Achilles this past week. You just don't want to further Joe Burrow to miss out the whole season when he could have been resting all of these, first 4 weeks, and then just had him back for week 5 and get the gas cooking like off that, cooking with Crisco. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking? Oh.
And so, but they added, Orlando Brown, and the O-line is still struggling. But Joe Burrow, he makes his plays off, scrambles out the pocket. He can improvise with that. That's been the issue the whole time he's been there. They made it to the Super Bowl. They made it to the AFC, right? Championship last year. So that it's been beefed up, but it hasn't been beefed up enough for Joe Burrow to at least sit in the pocket with an injury like this for him to deliver the ball on time instead of just going through one progression, with that one progression being either Jamar Chase 1 week or T. Higgins the next week. Shout out Tyler Boyd, too. He doesn't get enough love. He's a vet, and he hasn't really gotten any touches this year at all. So we also saw Jamar Chase's post-game comments, roll the clip.
Nah, I'm open. I'm always open. Excuse my profanity. I'm sorry.
But also, not to mention, just to read off Burrow's stats, you know what I'm saying? 57% completion rate, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, QBR of 69.1. And then he has 728 passing yards in 4 games this season.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
That, my brother, is not good. No bueno, cut the case, you know what I'm saying? Cut it out, yo. So we got to, if I'm Zach Taylor, you know what I'm saying? I think it's time to, I think that's his name, Zach Taylor. That's the head coach. But if I'm him, I cut the cord on Joe Burrow and just let him get, as healthy as they can be. I think they play the Cardinals this week, but even then, I don't even know if I feel safe picking the Bengals this week, especially with how the Cardinals look this year. Not like super horrible, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Josh Dobbs, you know what I'm saying? He's too busy interning at NASA, you know what I'm saying? Boy's got a big brain.
What do you mean by that?
Alluding to Jamar Chase comments earlier, I think even Jamar in the preseason said and stated, like, look, if you have to miss the first 4 weeks for you to get fully healthy, I'd rather you do that than you kind of rush it and like bank on us, winning however, the first 4 games, winning the first 2 out of the first 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even said that, he wants Joe to be healthy. And I don't think it was a diss at Joe Burrow. I think more so it's just like, they're just all frustrated. They haven't been, what we know them to be. Of course, they started 0-2 last year, and we saw them just turn up, crazy and make a late push. You know what I'm saying? So we hope that happens this year too. But now you're sitting at 1-3 with a loss to the Tennessee Titans, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cleveland Browns, which I alluded to earlier. You're 0-2 in the division, bro. That is not good football for you and the whole team. You know what I'm saying? So shut it down for now. Let Burrow get healthy because you don't know what further injuries can happen. And the AFC is so tough that I don't know if they make the playoffs at this point. So for now, I'm cutting the cord, and I'm going to say it. Bengals ain't making the playoffs this year. Jits, Raffians, whatever you call, your homies, you know what I'm saying? So they're cooked, and let Burrow get healthy, man, so we can see this longevity of Higgins, Burrow, and Chase continue for the next, few years down the line. But not to mention T. Higgins is a free agent this year. He's looking for a big bag. We don't know what's going to happen on that. We'll see if this is his last year in a Cincinnati uniform. And then lastly, the last topic, numero cinco, number 5. Jets moral victory. I mean, I could not believe what I was witnessing on Sunday night, folks. Zach Wilson actually played decent. You know what I'm saying? He played some pretty good football. I think that's the best football he's ever played in a Jets uniform. I think this is his 4th year in the league. That's saying something, y'all. I mean, of course, Mahomes had 203 passing yards, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, while Mr. Wilson, on the other hand, 245 passing yards, 0 interceptions. Also, although he did fumble, but he also had 2 touchdowns and the extra point conversion. I mean, when I saw that extra point conversion by him, I could not believe my eyes. I was like, this is not Zach Wilson. Somebody kind of possessed this boy to play good all of a sudden, like for real.
What were you before you were human?
It would only frighten you.
He played really good, you know what I'm saying? But I think even if you're a Jets fan, you guys only lost by 3 to the Chiefs. You gave them, a good run for their money. The thing is, they just can't stop the run. Pacheco went crazy, 20 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like the only concern for the defense-wise. But also, let's cut to the chase. Not Jamar Chase. Bro, that was holding, or that was not holding on Sauce Gardner on the last play. And then also, I don't want to rely on like the flags or anything like that. But the Jets also did allow 2 big 3rd and 20 conversions that were critical for the Chiefs to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes doing Mahomes things. He has all the time in the world in the pocket. He goes on the 3rd and 26, I believe, and just scrambles, and that's kind of the ball game right there. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think still either way, if you're a Jets fan, this is at least gives you somewhat a bit of hope. Of course, Aaron Rodgers was in the building. We don't know that maybe have been the reason as to why Zach Wilson felt probably the need and pressure to kind of like, okay, like I'm going to hoop today. I'm going to at least have a good game. You know what I'm saying? He took the loss on the chin. You know what I'm saying? He blamed himself. He went on the press or the press conference and was like, yo, this is all me. If I didn't fumble, like this would be we'll be talking a different ball game right now, which I get. But also, Chiefs had the ball for 7 minutes to finish out the game, and they were missed calls. You know what I'm saying? They missed the call on I believe Jermaine Johnson. That holding right there on the O-line, and they also missed the call on Sauce Gardner, or not missed it, but they called Sauce Gardner for that egregious holding call. You know what I'm saying?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
So if I'm Jets fans, I still look, I'm looking forward to, this week. You guys play the Broncos. Everybody knows Sean Payton was talking all that big boy-ish about Nathaniel Hackett, and it hasn't even been much better for him in Denver. So, and we know that Denver defense is just horrible. So hopefully Zach can have a similar game, if not a better game, against a, lesser defense. You know what I'm saying? Because at least Chiefs defense is solid, but Denver Broncos defense ain't even solid. So I'm a Jets fan. I'm still looking forward, still looking bright. Doesn't mean you're going to make the playoffs. Let's just cut to the chase. But at least this guy can be able to win you some games. You know what I'm saying? And now it's kind of the stretch to prove it. You go to Denver, and then I don't know who you play next after Denver, but you got a couple gimme games there that if the defense plays how they played week 1 and even this past week 4, and Zach Wilson does the little things like this, you guys are in prime position to at least win you couple games. I'm not going to give, I'll say a number, 7 to 8 games. Let's just be real, 7 to 8 games this year. So, but that's pretty much it. You already know, man. Those were my 5 key takeaways in the NFL Week 4 edition. You already know what I'm saying. But appreciate you guys always tapping in, showing love, commenting, liking, reposting. I don't care, but you already know what to do. Go follow the Instagram, go follow the TikTok, go follow the Twitter /X at SDWT_Raffians. You know what I'm saying? Would appreciate the love and support per usual. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to definitely be dropping my pick'ems for the week 5 and my matchup preview, similar to what I did last week. I think definitely before Thursday Night Football. So it'll probably be uploaded either Thursday, in the morning, early in the morning, or it'll be tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also NBA Media Day just passed, y'all. So we're gonna get into of course, the whole Dame saga, the whole Drew Holiday saga, and all those breaking down those trades and all that, and see, who are the early favorites this year in the NBA season. I know MLB season, the postseason just started. We are in October, so I was gonna drop a video on that, but kind of too late on that. But I'm still gonna drop it anyway because I don't care, y'all.
Hi, my name's Alfred D'Elia. At home, they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Shout out the Rangers and shout out the Braves. That's why I went to win it all. But appreciate all the love and support. You know what I'm saying? Keep riding with us. Keep pause on that. But just keep keep showing the love and support. I really greatly appreciate it. You already know, man. I just love doing these videos for the fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sports geek fanatic, man. I'm a fan of all types of trades.
OBJ, I'm him.
All types of sports. You know what I'm saying? But go follow the Instagram, go follow the TikTok, go follow the X, go follow the Twitter. And of course, subscribe, man. Subscribe, like, comment, anything. Appreciate the love and support. And stay Raffian, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? Peace.